Right, welcome to another exciting day of exploring Charlotte real estate. Um, so 50 years ago, Charlotte had less than a quarter million people. Today, over 3 million people live across the metro, and most people see the growth, but almost nobody understands what actually caused it. So in this live stream today, we're going to break down the full chain reaction that turned Charlotte from a quiet southern city into one of the fastest growing cities in America. And by the end, you'll also understand why so many people think Charlotte's biggest growth is still ahead. And joining me today, we have the one, the only, Mr. I need like an air horn or something. Yeah, Mr. Andrew Wallen.
Shout out Connecticut, shout out Jamaica, Portmore, stand up.
Do I have? Let's see. Do I have? Wait, I think I got sound effects.
The sound effects would be crazy, bro.
This is gonna be whack if it's wrong.
There
we go. There it is. Okay, so hopefully that actually. Wait, does that actually go through when I hit it? I don't know if that actually goes through. Well, we tried. So we tried. Yeah. So we have, let's see, a lot of fast skyline growth. There's the banking towers, airport expansion we've talked about on both of our everything new and coming soon to Charlotte videos. I'll scoot over a little bit to make room. Oh, we got so many monitors. Oh wait, now it's blocking the camera.
There we go.
Maybe like so. There we go.
Perfect.
All right. What were you talking about? Oh yeah, cranes everywhere, massive suburban growth, also national migration. So the craziest part, this entire transformation traces back to a few decisions that completely changed the city's future. So to understand how Charlotte exploded, you first have to understand what Charlotte used to be before it was relevant on a national stage. So before anybody knew about Charlotte, thought about Charlotte, considered it to be a major city, there was, at least for me, when I found out that I was getting sent, and this is not that long ago, this is, 5 years ago? I was getting sent to a project in Charlotte for my old corporate job, pre-real estate. I was like, what is this backwoods BS? Why am I getting sent to the middle of nowhere? And then I showed up, I was like, dang, there's a whole city here. When that happened?
Yeah, even when I came out here, my first interaction was Riley, back when I was in college, which was like, oh gosh, 2008? Sheesh, I am old. But yeah, it was slow pace. It wasn't a lot going on. The prices were a lot lower. But then coming to Charlotte in 2019, I was expecting kind of the same thing, a little bit slow pace, which is it's still slow down here, but just I wasn't expecting so many skyscrapers and just, the hustle and bustle and little, motor scooters running around and just so much architecture and there's things to do. I was really surprised and just pleasantly impressed.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's come up a lot. Because I remember we had a family vacation here, and we stopped in Charlotte. Probably about the same time. It's probably about 2008. And I remember just thinking, wow, there's like, this is cool, but it's so small compared to Indianapolis, where I was from, which in hindsight is hilarious because Indianapolis was like not that much smaller than Indianapolis is now. It's like Charlotte's blown up because I want to say it was about 250,000. Indiana was about 600,000, I think. Now Indy's like 1.5 million, and Charlotte's like 3 million.
Sheesh.
People.
The secret is out, people. Yeah. Everyone's coming here.
But yeah, nobody was watching Charlotte, and so going way back, pre-2008, pre-Google.
Wow.
The other day I realized I'm barely older than Google, but I am older than Google. It's gonna be my line to wow the kids.
Yeah.
I'm older than Google. So we have a lot of roots, or the city has a history of textiles, mills, factories. the entire southeast region, but like a lot of around here, I know there's a lot of mining. I think iron ore was a thing.
Even in where Thomas and Jude bought out in Cramerton, they was like near like a mill town, I believe. Where
Yeah, Cramerton's Milltown. All the old mill houses.
Which is really pretty cool to see. You know, everything's on the hill. It's almost little shanties, and you're right by the water, and it's just like
Sea shanty.
you know. And to even think about that, of like, you know, a town where the company built these houses so that the workers could stay close to work, and then just everybody working forever. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah. So Charlotte, especially in the old days, cotton and textiles. In the southeast, though, Raleigh's become a lot of research hub. Atlanta's a culture hub. I'm looking through my notes here. It's like so we are a mid-sized city, and we haven't had a ton of attention until recently. But then I feel like recently there's been an attention.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of shows coming here. We got one of the Ball brothers that plays for the Hornets over here, crashing this Hummer downtown, making the news. And we got Love Is Blind, which is like a little reality show coming out here. And there's a whole bunch of other shows. I've seen a bunch of. There's this.
I get ads all the time where it's like, attention real estate investors, attention realtors, if you're interested. We're making a Netflix show.
We have casting, you know, living in Charlotte. I mean, that's our team. What's the selling Charlotte? You know, selling Sunset or whatever. So this happening here, and he's getting a lot of attention. You know, so it's like I said, they're not really gonna build up Virginia like that. You know, nothing wrong with Virginia. I'm just using it as an example, but Charlotte is, I feel like, the last major city that's actually popping and logistically sound where it's just up. So if you can get in on the ground level and get some property, it's gonna go up in value. I am a testimony to that.
Yeah. No, I got a bone to pick with Virginia. I got a speeding ticket on my way back. I went to go see my nephews.
They don't play in Virginia. You cannot go a mile over. They're gonna pull you. They're gonna pull you over, man. Virginia is serious.
Allegedly, I may or may not have been following the spirit of the law. We won't speak to the letter of the law when it comes to speed. But then I stopped because I had made it far enough, and then there was a downhill, and I was like I was messing with my directions because I was trying to make sure I didn't like miss my exit, and it was a downhill, and then I just started coasting, and then I was pulled over, and the reason for the traffic stop was that I was going over the speed limit.
You shouldn't be allowed to pull someone else going downhill. That should be illegal, officer.
Yeah. We can go as fast as we want downhill. It's all downhill from here. Anyways, all that to say, Andrew won't trash Virginia. I will.
Virginia is for the lovers, and I am a lover.
Yes. Unless you know how to help me get out of a speeding ticket, in which case, I love Virginia. I'm willing to plug Virginia in exchange for the state dropping their speeding ticket against me. Somebody make it happen. Anyways, yeah. So Charlotte for a long time had no attention, and it was a business hub, really, business and trade hub. However, in recent times, there's been one shift in the economy here that it's really started to reshape the face of the city, reshape the future of the city. And that's banking. So North Carolina banking laws made it very, very friendly to allow for statewide expansion, which I guess was not always a thing. So local banks started to scale aggressively. Charlotte then started to be positioned ahead of national deregulation of banks. And so Nations Bank merged, I guess, with Bank of America. And they have now B of A, or as we call them, BOFA, has their HQ here in Charlotte. Wells Fargo, big HQ in Charlotte. I think their main headquarters is here.
Yeah.
I
think Truist is out here too.
Yep, Truist Bank. There's, I think, a Japanese bank just opened their second United States headquarters in Charlotte.
Wow.
So Charlotte beat out, I think it was like San Francisco. Where was it? Let's see if we can find this.
That's what's up. I'm always a fan of Japanese banks because they make animes, and I like animes.
They bankroll anime.
They bankroll the animes.
Here we go. Japanese bank coming to Charlotte. SMBC Group.
Or we like to affectionately call it Smook.
Smook. Let's see. Adding 2,000 jobs. This is recent too. This is like less than a month ago. What? Let me see if I can find it. I've read it in the press release. I can't find it. I see they also were looking at Jacksonville, Florida. No shade at Florida, but I feel like that's not... I've never heard somebody talk about Jacksonville as being a banking hub.
Yeah, no.
Let's see. After a nationwide search, SMBC Group, one of Japan's largest and most influential banks, has selected Charlotte. Charlotte's mayor, how do you say it? Vile Lyles? I should know how to say their name. This investment reinforces the city's reputation as a destination for forward-thinking organizations and world-class talent. That's why I'm here, right?
Me too.
Yeah. Because we are world-class. Mm-hmm. We are Papa John's. Continues proves metal global financial center.
It's gonna be uptown.
2,000 roles with an average salary of $166,000.
Wow. Average.
In addition to the 160 full-time SMBC employees already employed at a regional office in Charlotte.
You're getting paid, folks. Money is
Come
being
to Charlotte,
made.
get paid.
Come to Charlotte.
All I'm saying is 166 in Charlotte goes a lot further than 220 in New York.
For sure.
For sure.
Ain't been in business 400 years. Sheesh.
It's a lot of loans.
It was a lot of interest.
At least 400. Subleasing the Jukebox Tower at 301 South College Street. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, so both the skyline and employment. Very important to both. Banking has become a dominant economic engine here, and actually this is an interesting point too. If you look at a lot of cities in the U.S., many of the cities, especially look at like Detroit's a great example. Boom, bust. Boom, bust. Houston, boom, bust. Even DFW, not as much, but whenever there's a single industry, there's a risk to that because if the industry does well, the whole area does well. If the industry does poorly, everybody's screwed. Mm-hmm. And Charlotte has a lot of banking, which is probably one of the most stable industries.
Yeah. Always need money.
Yup. Always got money.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So anyways, Detroit, boom bust of manufacturing there, just absolutely creamed real estate. Same thing with Houston and oil. And so when you're looking at an area's long-term growth prospects, you want to see that they're not reliant on just a single industry. And so Charlotte's got a lot of different, like banking's big here and it's very stable. It's an anchor. But in addition to that, Charlotte also has a lot of other stuff going for it too. So Charlotte didn't announce growth, it engineered it. How do we want to say that maybe better? Charlotte built the perfect city for growth. I always say like luck is where preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
That's the saying people say. Luck is where preparation, yeah, that's the thing. Who said it?
Tao Tzu.
Seneca.
Oh.
Basically.
Right.
Close. Not geographically, but close.
Close enough.
Yeah. So, Charlotte did a really good job of laying a foundation to allow for growth in a way that would give it a chance to shine. And so, like if you're trying to create the perfect city, what are some things that everybody wants? You want to be able to fly places real easily. Mm-hmm. Like especially for business, you gotta have people come in, you gotta have people go out. So you gotta have a major airport, major airline hub. Mm-hmm. You need to be honestly close to one of the coasts because if you're in the middle, there's not a single major, like truly major city in the true middle. Like DFW is the closest thing. It's not even in the middle. It's still close to the coast.
Yeah.
Access to major U.S. population within travel range. That too, because if you look at the East Coast, I mean, the reason the East Coast is still more dominant than the West Coast is because within like a 3-4 hour flight, you have like 70% of the U.S. population.
Yeah. It's actually doing something.
You need relatively affordable land, so it's easy to build and have places to live. You need a business-friendly tax environment. You need good highway and good infrastructure, build-out, expansion, future planning. And you also need relatively low resistance to development. Because even like, you look at California, if it wasn't for all the building and stuff they did back in like the 70s, who'd be there? You can't build now. It's too much of a pain.
Yeah, that's facts. It's a whole bunch of yellow tape.
Oh yeah.
And red tape. For sure.
Maybe even some neon tape. But yeah, so you look at other cities like New York City. The infrastructure sucks. The whole city's held together with duct tape and bubble gum. It's a miracle the whole thing's still standing.
Facts.
And it's impossible to build, and the tax environment sucks. And like there's a lot of stuff that's already there, so it continues. But I mean, people are leaving left and right. A lot of people, a lot of employers.
You got a lot of businesses.
Yep.
Packing up, coming down here. Shout out GP.
Yep. Well, they were coming from San Francisco, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, LA and San Francisco is so expensive to do anything out there.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, a lot of it goes back to the business and tax environment there as well. Chicago, the weather sucks. Like, a lot of people don't want to be in Chicago unless they have to be. even my friends from school that wound up in Chicago are only there because it's like close to where they are now and where family is, and because they have to be.
Even the people that like it, they like it and it's nice when it's warm, but when that cold hits, it is a bi.
Yeah.
For sure. So, you just can't beat warm weather, man. That's just where it's at. Not too far away. Logistics matter. Nobody likes the snow.
Amen. Yeah. Charlotte gives the nice flexible, like you get. It's a nice in the middle, because Charlotte gives you moderate weather, very friendly, one of the top 3 business friendly environments in the entire U.S. 5 years in a row, thanks to U.S. what I think it's U.S. Business Weekly ranked. My sister and her husband have been looking at moving out of Dallas Fort Worth, and they've been looking at places that will have a relatively low tax burden. And everybody's been talking about Tennessee, but nobody talks about how expensive Tennessee property taxes are and how expensive Tennessee corporate tax is, so especially for the business owners. It's become very popular to take a dump on employers in recent years, at least among some people. But small business, friends and neighbors who employ people, small business is what, like 70% of employment in the U.S., job creation.
Wow.
So, actually, let's look that up. What percentage of jobs? What percentage of U.S. jobs are small business? Let's see, what percentage of new jobs? There it is. Okay. So it's 45% of employment, and about 60 to 70% of all new private sector jobs are created by small businesses.
Sheesh.
So, like, objectively, it is very important to have a business-friendly environment in order to, because, like, especially corporate tax, it's such an easy lever to pull to incentivize business to come in and start employing people. Charlotte's done a great job with that. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So my sister and her husband, they've been looking at areas.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking at Tennessee, but then they saw the corporate tax, and then also started calculating out property taxes on a house. It's way cheaper to be here, dude. Way cheaper.
And the surrounding towns are better as far as the surrounding states. Tennessee is right there, Virginia's right there, Florida's right there, Georgia's right there.
Yep.
It's just better as opposed to like Texas, where it's just more Texas. Don't
Yeah, you go almost anywhere in Texas, and the nearest thing to you, more Texas.
More Texas. So
yeah. Yeah. So let's see what else we got. So while you can create all the conditions for growth, that doesn't actually build the city. People build the city. And so let's talk about the suburban explosion. Explosion. This is where Charlotte stopped being a city and became a destination. I don't know about that. But what I will say is, in recent years, a lot of people have been looking for more lifestyle. That's like the number one thing people ask for. Mm-hmm. And the way that Charlotte, particularly over the last 30 years, has been planned for, set a really great foundation for having just really excellent lifestyle.
Yeah, I got a cousin of mine who's coming out here at the end of this month to just come out for a weekend and see what the hype's all about. And once he comes and sees that it actually is like that, he's most likely going to move, and that'll be, a third family member that moved down here after I moved down here. So it is popping. People are coming. Anyone that's watching this from Connecticut, get out.
Get out while getting's good.
Get out and come down here, man. It's just better, you know. I've been way. I feel like I look younger now that I moved down here. There's way less stress. Just happier, meeting good people, better people. No Papa John's, you know. And it's just better, man. And I've been to other places. I've checked out Florida. I've checked out California. California is nice, but it's kind of far.
And expensive.
And it's expensive, and the people aren't really as friendly. You know what I mean? Because everyone's trying to be something, and it's Hollywood, so you know if who's being real or who's being fake, and everyone's like, oh, that's my purse. I don't know you. You know what I mean? Everyone's just holding on to their Slow King of the Hill reference, but you know, it's just
yeah. And also, like, I was talking with a client earlier today about this. Everybody, you go to any large metro, like you go to DFW, there's all the people that are like trying to, they're peacocking. They are trying to put up an image, trying to show that they're high value, whatever. Like we've worked with high net worth and ultra high net worth clients before, who there's one that I remember that's coming to mind in particular. It was about 18 months ago. We're going to look at some very substantial homes, very 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 nice, very comfortable homes, and they went out to go do showings in like a 5-year-old Honda. You go to DFW or LA, there's people that are broke driving a rented supercar, trying to show how they're
that was one thing I saw.
not broke.
I went to go visit my friends in California that moved from Connecticut, and they were like, they're very high level musicians, shout out to my guys down there, Corey, Brandon, but everybody got a luxury car. I was like, what the heck? Everyone's driving a Benz or a BMW or Audi like it was a Camry. I'm just like, is the price cheaper down here or what? Because I'm looking at these gas prices and they're $11. No, it's not that high, but you know what I mean.
Almost.
Pretty much, you know what I mean? So it's definitely a thing down there. And even in Atlanta, I had a friend who lived from Atlanta, and they had the brand new Audi, and came down here and realized that people in North Carolina don't really care about it as much as in Atlanta.
They're just good people.
It's not really about that. So if you're looking for just some good, wholesome living, come on down to Death Row. No, I'm kidding. Come to North Carolina. That's where it's at, man.
Amen.
Take it easy.
Especially for people coming from the Northeast, DC suburbs. Like, you're going to notice. We got a little sprinkle of East Coast, but it's not like the rest of the East Coast.
Nah, it's not as bad. It's not as thick. It's not as dense as the East Coast. It's just enough to keep it, honest.
You got people that are trying to do stuff, but you don't have people that are your average North Carolinian, Charlottean.
Kakalaka.
Yeah.
Kakalakian.
They're doing stuff, but they're not an asshole.
Yeah, it's not as abrasive in your face, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit more subtle, even the nicest down here, it can be deemed as a fake niceness, but I always say I would take a fake niceness over real rudeness any day. At least I can, work with that and just redirect them, as opposed to somebody that's going, hey, you're ugly, and spitting while they're saying, you got spit on your face, and what are you going to do? You just got disrespected, and this person ain't got nothing to lose, but you got everything to lose. It's just less situations like that down here as opposed to New York, where you can just get on the train. It's probably
or Boston.
Or Boston. Oh my gosh, I thought Boston was.
Or Philly.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Mhm.
Baltimore.
I haven't really.
Baltimore.
I haven't explored Baltimore yet, but I heard some things.
I got some crazy stories from Baltimore, but I lived everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Everywhere. But then I stuck here for a reason. So, a lot of the people that end up here, professionals who want affordability and space, they want some again, they want some lifestyle. They want some.
They want clear blue skies. They want a nice breeze. They like mornings up at 8 a.m. and it's like 70 degrees. And
A little
it's nice
sunshine.
Sunshine. And walking your dogs. You know, take the kids to the little ice cream shop.
70 degrees in January.
Take them down to the village, go for a little walk. Then you got there's a whole bunch of different areas to do. Birkdale, Noda, Camp North End. There's all types of drive-in movies and whitewater center. We can go camping, whitewater rafting, camping within an hour or two away. Me and my fiance going camping this weekend.
Yep.
About 2 hours out. Shout out Chloe. I'll see you soon. But you know, it's just if you know, it's just all about fun. You know, I've been growing a whole homestead in my townhouse. You know, we've been growing a whole bunch of just everything. Harvesting every week: green onions, thyme, tomatoes, potatoes, kale,
Greens, beans,
potatoes,
tomatoes.
all that. You know, it's just we have the weather for it. You know, and
Yeah.
it's just great, man. I feel good. I don't have a situation where I am dreading my day. You know, I'm doing the same thing I was doing in Connecticut to here, and it's just a way better smile on my face doing the same thing. You know, so
Yeah.
whatever that's worth. Come on down.
Yeah. And outside the city too, like we have Lake Norman, which is one of the best bodies of water in this entire part of the country. It's big, it's very boatable, it's very clean, and it's it has traffic.
Yeah, that's traffic.
But it's got a little, you know, because people get out on the boat because it's a great place to get out on the lake.
Very popular. On the weekends, it turns to like a little mini Miami. You know, depending on when you're going out there. So
Yep.
it's fun.
Go out to the sandbar.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, then come on down.
Mm-hmm.
You got South Charlotte, Ballantyne, Fort Mill, which I saw somewhere. I don't know. Go do your own research, but I saw somewhere Fort Mill schools, I guess, are supposed to be top 1% in the U.S.
Wow.
I didn't realize that, but I knew there were, a lot of people talk about it.
Yeah.
But
Sheesh.
I didn't realize.
Upper echelon. Upper echelon, folks. Check it out.
You go east or west of the city, there's also some pretty good affordability.
For sure. What's the name? Red Cross has been picking up Locust.
Yep.
Selling a couple houses out there. So people are trying to understand. I had one of my
And Mount Holly to the west, Mount Holly and Belmont, Cramerton, Lowell.
Mm-hmm. I had one of my high school classmates went on a contract. Shout out Marshall Lee. On a brand new construction, and it was a little bit outside of Charlotte, but when you really think about it, it's like as long as you have your grocery stores, your gym, whatever you do on a regular basis, right around you, you're pretty much good. Anything else like the Usher and Chris Brown coming to Charlotte pretty soon, hey,
Yep.
once in a while, go ahead and buy you a ticket, take a little 40-minute drive down to Charlotte, go turn up for Chris Brown. Don't put no strawberries in your mouth from Usher on if you're in a relationship, ladies. Don't do it. And then go back home, So that's what I like about out here. And she's getting way more house for her money.
Yeah.
Brand new, custom build, decked out, The price in Charlotte would be way higher, so.
And if you, on the music thing, if you like, I love electronic music, so if you like electronic music, EDM, any of the subgenres, there's many subgenres. We had two friends, if you don't know, they're like one of the biggest DJs of the last 10, 15 years. They came through last month. Cascade, Cream, John Summit's coming this fall.
And if you're into pop, I'm going to an Alex Isley concert with my fiance next week. I like her music. It's different crowds, so we got all types of stuff down here, and there's just a bunch of artists, and it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Nice weather.
And also, going back to the lifestyle thing, compared to everywhere else, Charlotte, like this part of the country, but Charlotte in particular, you got bigger houses. You still got good schools, good school options, and there's a nice balance of options and opportunity for your career and for your personal life both. I will say, especially compared to the Midwest, there's far more dateable people here than when I've lived elsewhere.
For sure, and I'll say that for Connecticut too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there are people there, but just the attitudes to me is better here. And I remember coming here when I was in college and visiting for the first time. And before I came, I was like, oh, you know, Connecticut's cool. You know, it's all about what you make it. You know what I mean? It's about your mind frame, and which is true to a degree. And I came down here and I saw that, you know, the girls that I like actually like me back. And I was just like, that was like a foreign thing in Connecticut, man. It's just a whole, at least back then it was different, man. It's just, you know, girls who like you but act like they don't. It was like a whole thing. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, even here, like my experience too. If I go up and introduce myself to a pretty girl at the bar, she might say she's not interested, but she won't be like a dick about it.
Yeah, and that part too.
She'll even, you know, be friendly enough, make conversation.
I've had a situation, you know, back when I was single, you know, where I would, you know, go meet someone at the mall or something, and they'll tell me like, hey, you know, I'm married or whatever, but, you know, I like your approach. You should go try out this place and go meet some women. So it's like, you know, you're not just getting rejected and it's all this, you know, whole thing, but you're actually getting told where to go. And I went to where she told me, and there was girls there. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're really helpful, you know? So I just appreciate that. It takes the pressure off of it, because I feel like, you know, most people are looking for a partner, you know what I mean? That's kind of what drives us as whatever, to kind of go to a place and increase our chance of finding a mate and doing the whole thing and having a family for the most part, unless you just, you know, just don't really care or you're like more like a recluse, you know what I mean? But if that's your intention and you want to, you know, anyone of any lifestyle, any classification to find a reasonable partner, Charlotte is where it's at, because people are coming here with that intention, and as long as you have good discernment and you're not playing around and don't waste no time, you can find what you're looking for. But if you want to waste time, we got that too. We got a whole bunch of stuff to waste your time down here. You know what I'm saying? And have you on the street homeless and spend all your money.
We got a fun little bar scene that escalated quickly.
I know, right?
Anyway, what we're trying to say is, before we're like, here's what we're talking about. Just kidding.
It's like that, man.
So,
Roll time.
Charlotte has a lot of good things about it. It's one of the reasons why we've grown so quickly is because compared to other areas, we don't have a lot more people moving here compared to many other places. The difference is that when people move here, they actually stay. And so that growth ends up compounding versus other cities where it just kind of, like, you know, DFW's gone through a boom and a bust cycle. New York has gone through boom and bust cycles. You see Florida in particular, a lot of boom and bust. California right now, you've seen prices coming down in all the big metros, boom and a bust cycle.
Now, I will say, I do notice too, because a lot of times you hear people moving, and it might be a one-off thing. Somebody might move there, and then, you know, somebody might move someplace else. But I would say this is one of the places to where, you know, me included, after moving here, so many people are moving after me after they find out I moved here. You know, a lot of people move here. Next thing you know, we got their cousin, their sister that are coming as well. You know, shout out all our clients that send them to referrals for their family. Thank you, Shanikia, Sean McKay. Hold it down. You know. We love you, you know what I'm saying? But like,
you're never gonna stop us.
Exactly. This is where it's at, man. People come here, and then people where they used to come from see the person that came here, and they want to come here too, you know, in the best way possible. So,
and I think the reason for that is Charlotte has not been trying to act like it's big or it's flashy or it's all that. It's like, it's legitimately a really easy place to be, easy place to stay, easy place to make home, easy place to call home. And like, you know, you move anywhere, you got to find friends. Mm-hmm. You just got to find stuff to do on a regular basis. But it's a lifestyle that just works. It's easy. It's low pressure. It is simple in the best way. And so, you know, we've seen this growth very steadily continue now for, I mean, the last 30 years. But what was really interesting to see was during during COVID, everybody reconsidered what they really wanted in life. And so we did see impact from that here in Charlotte. But the way that COVID impacted Charlotte was unlike other large metros, because it's, you look at like Austin, Texas, big boom, then a bust. Like, it still is recovering from the prices. Like, there are people that bought in 2020 in Austin, Texas that are still underwater today because they overpaid by a lot. Charlotte already had momentum, but COVID, I guess, removed the friction. Like, anything that was holding it back from just exploding, all those roadblocks were eliminated. So, especially remote work, like, a lot of people just reconsidered what they wanted in life. I did too. I was like, I don't know where I want to be. I don't know what I want to do, but I know that where I was and what I was doing was not what I wanted to do. And so, as people started looking at where they wanted to move, Charlotte became a top destination choice for a lot of people because great weather, great employment opportunities, great cost of living, relatively great income. You're not going to make as much money as other places, but relative to what it costs, it's hard to get a better, to make more money relative to the cost.
Logistically too, with the weekend getaways, again, you're in a prime location. You can go down to Myrtle Beach, you can go out to Wilmington Beach, you can go out to Asheville, go to the mountains, you can go to Bryson City for the casinos, you can go to
Charleston.
I keep on forgetting about Charleston.
You can go to Atlanta.
Atlanta's right there. Florida's like 5 hours.
Take a quick, $60 flight down to Florida. Take a quick $60 flight. Mm-hmm. You're in New York.
Go to Tennessee, get you some barbecue.
Only 10 I see. and so there was a big spike in housing demand here, but unlike other areas, it has been very steady. It has continued on, and a big part of that has been how much employment has continued to flood in, continue to keep people here, and for people that can be anywhere, many of them have moved to Charlotte because when you can be anywhere, you want to be wherever's going to make you the happiest. And that comes down to things like weather, being able to spend your money and have stuff to do that you like to do, and especially if you got kids, activities for the kids, safe environment for the kids. That's a lot of the people that relocate, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of family friendly stuff to do down here. This is the first place I've been to where I'll be out, when I was single, like 11 o'clock at night, and I would see families out there with their kids running around, eating ice cream on the weekends, and I was just like, I've never seen that before,
Kids just biking around town?
Yeah, just biking around
with
town.
With their friends?
Not, looking for trouble, what I mean? Just really just wholesome, just having fun, and that was cool to see, you know?
I feel like I see that every time I'm in Davidson, you just see kids just like biking around downtown Davidson.
Yeah, definitely Davidson, yeah.
But yeah, so it's continued to grow very steadily. And so unlike some areas like Austin, Texas, like Austin kind of got screwed because it was all these people flood out of California and then they moved to Austin. Half of them decide that they actually did like California better, moved back. The other half of them decide that Austin sucks and left. And then now, again, there's a whole bunch of people that had to sell their house at a huge loss in order to get out of Austin. We haven't seen that in Charlotte. Honestly, if I pull up, actually, let's pull up the median. Let me share my screen. Median home price. This is days on market. Closed sales. Sales price. There we go. There's a very slight lull in 2023, like seasonally. You go back 10 years, it's just been, even with interest rates being high, it's been so steady. And you can see, honestly, like there's some faster run up during COVID, but it's just continued because there's so much demand for people wanting to move here. And so, I mean, you can quite literally see that COVID didn't start something here. It just accelerated something that was already in play.
Yeah, it was already gonna happen.
But whenever you start to see growth like that accelerate so quickly, you're gonna really stress test the system, and that's something that we have seen here, is that rapid growth. It puts a lot of a strain on infrastructure, also on people that have lived here for forever, because like it does change things. And so like I will say, living here for now 4.5 years, that's crazy. It don't feel like it's been that long.
Yeah, time is going like super fast now here, man. Because we're having so much fun.
Time flies when you're having fun. I was about to took the words out of my mouth.
You know what I mean? It's like that down here.
So, there's definitely more traffic. I will say though, unless you are commuting at peak rush hour and you live in a place that is going to just put you through the worst of, if you make a poor location choice and you have to commute at rush hour, sure, you're going to have to commute at rush hour. That's anywhere. But it's like, people are doing like 2-hour commutes in New York. Here it's like, oh, you're commuting at rush hour? Okay, it's going to be a 45-minute drive instead of 20.
Yeah, that's nothing.
It's not that bad. It's feasible, at least. But it's, there is more traffic. We've seen that go up. Housing affordability has become more challenging. That's also, that's a problem nationally. Here, like we have, again, a lot of the new jobs are high paying, which is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
If you got a high paying job, it's good to have that job. If you don't, it does drive prices up. There's been a lot of building and development. You've seen a lot of neighborhoods just like...
Oh, yeah. Literally, even my the rental property, literally one side of the street is a whole bunch of new constructions. Across the street are all smaller old homes that are, waiting to be bought out, ripped down, and built some new construction on top of it. So
Yep.
It's literally like that.
And you also will see, you probably see it in the comments on YouTube. There's a whole lot of people that love to complain about, Charlotte's changing. It's like, yeah, Charlotte's changing. No duh. The world is changing. Everything is changing.
That's the one constant is change. People say change. Oh my God, this is changing. Like this news, like they weren't expecting that. You know what I mean? Oh, they grew up. They got taller. Oh, I didn't expect that. I'm gonna stay a baby forever there, sport.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So there's been a shift in identity for the city a little bit. Nobody's actually from Charlotte anymore.
No.
Even the people that aren't really from Charlotte. They just lived here like more than 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Which sooner or later,
that's gonna be me.
That's gonna be me. We also are seeing some pressure when it comes to, I don't know if pressure is the right word. We are seeing, it gets harder and harder to find land to build in Charlotte because there's just not that many lots that are available. There's only, I want to say 30 or 40,000 lots left.
Jeez.
Or buildable lots left, which is nothing compared to, population of 3 million. That's nothing.
That's nothing, yeah.
That's why everybody's going out further, because you have to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I will say one of the nice things, though, is as the city has grown, I feel like I've seen a lot more community here, and a lot more communities start to pop up of people that have similar activities they like, similar things to do, similar types of people, similar...
Yeah. I'll definitely piggyback on that. You know, especially get with my fiance and you know the stuff that she likes to do with the garden and stuff. I didn't know there were so many like seedling hookups where people get together and they're trading seeds. You know, to grow stuff, and there's sound baths and there's all these different types of groups. Whatever
Yoga.
you're into, yoga. You know what I mean? They're there.
We had a client coming from the Midwest. There's a euchre club here. I've never even knew there were euchre. Well, I did know there were euchre clubs in the Midwest because everybody plays euchre. But there's euchre clubs here.
What's euchre?
It's like a card game.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a very specifically Midwest card game.
Or okay. Euchre.
Yeah. There's a lot of our multicultural clients I know also have been able to find really good community of people that are coming from similar backgrounds, similar places. Like we have a whole bunch of clients that all like their entire like they're from Liberia. All their friends also from Liberia.
All working the same jobs, all buying in the same community. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you know, people find their people. You know, everyone here and they find their village and just live their life. You know what I mean? It's beautiful actually. You know, everyone's accepted. Everybody feels welcomed. You know what I mean? To where they're at. No one feels like they're an outlier. You know, forced. You know, so to speak. Unless they want to be. You know, and there's even outlier groups. You know, you can find a group of people that are just like you. You know, so it's just something for everybody here. And
something to do. People to get up with and do things with.
There's new restaurants and new places opening up, and some new event might be a little drive away. You can just go have some fun. So there's always something to do here, man. I love it.
Yeah, and I going back to the the only constant is change. I feel like especially the negative things that you talk about with Charlotte. If you look at Atlanta, you look at Nashville, you look at Austin, Texas, you look at any of the cities in Florida, any of those destination relocation cities, like everybody, like we're in a housing market shortage nationally, and so a lot of the same challenges in the housing market. Guess what? The reason why everybody can relate to the same problems nationally is because
it's national.
It's national. Yeah.
If you're living in the state, guess what? You're in the nation.
Yeah, part of the national. And so a lot of those downsides are national downsides. And some of the, there are negative parts of growth, but that's just part of growth. So there's, what's the meme? Pressure makes diamonds, baby. Growth will cause strain because that's just what it's gonna do.
That's why it's called growing pains.
Yep. Now, while growing pains may be a sign of suffering from success, world's smallest dab. That's all backwards looking. Let's look forward to see what Charlotte is growing into and what it can become. So, in terms of things that we are seeing right now, there's a massive airport expansion that is almost complete. It's mostly done. The annoying part that was disrupting a lot of the flow of traffic is finally done last time I flew. There is, and that was a multi-billion-dollar expansion on the airport. River District, also large-scale redevelopment. It is a massive, I think, 1,300 acre master plan community, if I remember correctly. Finance, fintech, consolidating and opening up new employment hubs. We're also seeing a lot of corporate relocation to the region, just continuing to accelerate because again, you can hire the same people for less money here, and your employees also get better lifestyle. So why wouldn't you save money and give your employees a better life? And then also I-85 through North Carolina, South Carolina, and up into Virginia, all the way down into Georgia. I've heard people start to call it the Carolina corridor, is emerging as like a regional economic powerhouse with lots of new manufacturing hubs. BMW opened a plant, Toyota opened a plant. Like there's a lot going in along there. And also just there's strong long-term population trajectory for this entire region because, I mean, you look, half of the relocation to the area is people that grew up here, moved away, and decided they wanted to move back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's 50%, but I say half.
Yeah.
Tongue in cheek.
I meet a lot of people on a regular basis who, just moved back here, but they were originally from here, and it's like, oh, okay, that just shows that this is just better. You went someplace else, you were born here, you checked out some places you thought was going to be better, and you realize, like, yeah, no, come on home.
Yeah.
North Carolina is home.
Yep. We got to wrap up here in a second, but I guess I'll wrap up here in a second. Charlotte is still one of the fastest growing U.S. metros for many, many different reasons. And it hasn't become that because it's, New York that just was on TV, right? It has done that because we just have what a lot of people want. Like the direction the world is moving, the direction that people are moving in terms of lifestyle. Like this is not a trend. This is something that has been quietly building for the last 40, 50 years. And so it's really cool to see how the area has been so perfectly positioned for that growth over the last 30 plus years. And it'll also be really cool to see how it grows over the next 30 plus years. If you are looking for all the wonderful things that Charlotte is, then we would love to help you explore that. The best way to do so is go take the Charlotte Areas Quiz. It is the combination of, well, usually I say 300 plus, but at this point probably 400 plus conversations with clients and lovely people like yourself who are thinking about making the move and wanted to get some area recommendations to continue their research process. Because if you're watching this video, you're clearly already investing a lot of time and effort in researching to find the right places to move to. We can help you shortcut that and invest your time in more strategic, better, looking at the right stuff. And so the way you can do that is scan the code or tap the link down below this video in the description to go take the Charlotte Areas Quiz. 7 quick questions, takes less than 30 seconds, and it will give you a personal list of areas as recommendations to continue your research process. And we've had hundreds of people take the quiz at this point, gotten really good feedback on it, and we're continuing to make it better every single day. So even if you took it before, you might want to retake it. But we appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Call or text anytime. We're here for you. You can also book a call directly if you so wish to. Right onto my calendar. My name is Lucas Roller.
That's how you know he's a high roller. You gotta say it twice,
I don't even know how that happened. My name is Lucas Roller, and this
is... What's that show? This is 2020. It was like a news show back in the day.
Oh.
I'm Andrew. That was an old joke, and we'll see you at the next one.
Andrew and Charlotte, or at Andrew and Charlotte on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
This is my second channel, so at Living in Charlotte Team for the main channel. You know where to find us. What are you waiting for? We love you, and we miss you. Have a great Wednesday. Peace.